In this podcast, I want to discuss the potential impact that voice search devices will have in the automotive industry. Recently at NADA, I saw a demonstration using a Google Home device where a technician spoke to the Google Home device and booked a service appointment. The man, acting as a consumer, said, "Connect to X," and the name of the data server was used. And then the bot asked the consumer, "What would you like to have done?" And the consumer responded, "I'd like to service my car." And the bot responded, "Well, you have 2 cars in your household. Which one would you like to service?" The consumer responded with the appropriate make and model. The bot then responded, "Would you like to have an oil change, as that was the last service you had done on the car?" And the consumer said yes. The bot responded, "It seems like 3 o'clock is a popular time for you to bring in your car for service. Will that time be good?" And the consumer said, "Yes, I'll come in at 3 o'clock. And the conversation continued just back and forth a few more times, and then the service appointment was booked. When I was thinking of this example, I was wondering how much traffic will eventually be taken away from dealership websites because their Alexa device, their Google Home device, their Apple device, or Alexa or voice services in their car eliminate the need for search. I think it's very reasonable once consumers understand that they can talk to their car or talk to a dealership through a home audio device, that the need to go and search in Google search a oil change service or local Toyota dealer just to get the service department's phone number and make a call will be significantly reduced. The week before NADA, I was also shown a private demonstration of a technology that would connect consumers to local dealers where they could get lease pricing, product availability, and actually start their digital retailing discovery process all through voice search, through voice-activated commands. And I kept on thinking, wow, couldn't this have some major implications on the way in which we perceive dealership websites? I know for service, voice commands and the ability to engage with chatbots is going to absolutely reduce the number of traffic visits to dealership websites for service. The fact that at home a consumer can connect with the local dealership to see if their car is ready, meaning voice-activated search and voice prompts will reduce the number of people who call on 800 numbers, reduce the amount of people that click on a Google My Business listing and then just hit the dealership's website to get a phone number. Also, with native business-to-business chat available, consumers are going to have even more options to engage with chatbots as some of the largest companies turn their customer service into native iOS or native Android operating system commands. Very soon, you'll be able to go on your Apple iOS device, type in a store like Lowe's, and even though they're not in your contact address list, Lowe's will show because it is part of Apple's native business chat function. You'll be able to chat with Lowe's, ask questions about products, and if you find a product, you'll be able to pay with Apple Pay, never having to visit the Lowe's website, never having to go to a Google search. It's pretty amazing the speed at which these bots can deliver information. And when a bot is confused, the demonstrations that I'm seeing will move that conversation to a live operator. And when the live operator redirects or answers the question, then the chatbots can pick up again. Think about this. Voice search is just a translation into text where chatbots built for distinct purposes can replace the features that are on dealership websites. Payment bots, service scheduling bots, service pricing bots, recall information bots, vehicle pricing bots. You get the idea. As the auto industry embraces home voice devices, a library of bots will take care of many of the common things that consumers go to dealership websites for. And this will have an impact on traffic. It will have an impact on how we measure sales and marketing attribution, because what really triggered that consumer to speak with Amazon Alexa or with the Google Home device, wow, it's going to get even more complicated. And what about someone who's driving in their car, maybe sees a billboard or hears a radio commercial and then engages with built-in voice technology to book a service appointment or to schedule new tires to be put on their car or to inquire on what is the current value of the vehicle that they're driving? In the future, the concept of dealership websites could even be as foreign as going to the Yellow Pages today. The younger generation has no idea how important the Yellow Pages were for information discovery. I could easily see that a majority of the information that consumers go to a dealership's website could be replaced with native iOS chatbots, native Android chatbots, voice commands, voice search, and dealers have to be prepared for that. Another thing to keep in mind is that third-party classifieds, which naturally attract in-market shoppers, will also be developing technology to make their websites more robust and to better serve the consumer. We're already seeing accelerate digital retailing on the VDPs of KBB and AutoTrader. We should be seeing very shortly Dealer Inspire's online shopper technology integrated into Cars.com VDPs. And, of course, Dealer Inspire recently introduced voice search for their websites. A consumer can go to a Dealer Inspire website and using the microphone on their laptop or based on their mobile phone, actually can search for cars. And in seconds or milliseconds, the search results are displayed. Think about this. Will the number of pages viewed or time on site significantly decrease as a consumer can visit a dealer's website and say, "Show all used Toyota Camrys in red"? Honestly, that is going to have an impact on website analytics and the way in which we measure consumer engagement on a dealer's website. So, take a moment to think about the future. Dealership websites could be deprecated in their importance in the consumer journey. We already know that service is going to be absolutely transformed by the connected car. At NADA, there was demonstrations on how the car connected with an ecosystem can automatically inform dealers on the health and diagnostic state of a car, automatically allow a consumer to interact with a service scheduled appointment, or even a recall notice. Change is coming to automotive, and even though dealers think that their websites are the center of the universe, imagine television commercials, radio commercials that just say, "Ask Alexa to talk to ABC Toyota." Do you understand? Couldn't traditional media even have a revival as its brand influence, as its broad reach just encourages consumers to ask their car or ask Alexa or ask Google to connect them with your chatbots, with the technology that will answer their questions? And dealers shouldn't fear this, because one of the only ways that dealers can increase their profit margin is by reducing labor costs. Imagine a time where the number of, easy, low-hanging fruit phone calls are answered by chatbots. Imagine a time where scheduling is more automated because consumers are picking a time and you can confirm exactly who they are and connect their service history in real time. Imaginability, where managers are spending less time going back and forth with a consumer 5-6 times to price a vehicle when a consumer can do that in the comfort of their home. There is a time coming where voice search and technology, digital retailing tools will transform the roles in the dealership, the staffing in the dealership, and the purpose of having a website. So go ahead and chew on that. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments area because I'd love to get your feedback on the future of dealership websites. Will they become secondary if voice search and third-party classifieds provide all the information that a consumer needs without ever having to visit the dealer's website? Thank you for listening, and I look forward to speaking with you on a future podcast.